Hey everybody, Chaz Pippin. This is Carrick's swing that I showed just above, and what I want you guys to see is just all the great components of what we're trying to do. So you see the back leg move forward and drive through, front leg land with some flex in it, okay? You see the bat really get in line and come back into the way of the baseball. It stays in line for a long time, back foot's completely off the ground, and he's got great vision. The thing I'm most excited about with Carrick, though, is this complete turn and full low finish with a high back heel. That's something that's extremely difficult to teach young kids because they're not very stable and they're not very strong through their core. I mean, the kid's only 6, all right? But when you get that turn, that complete turn with the belly button pointed over here towards the second baseman, as you can see, we don't see much of it. We don't see any of his front side. We see more of his back side. We see his complete turn back, and we see the strength and height in the back heel and the strength of the bent back leg. You know, all his weight is back here on this side of him, and he's really been solid and strong through this entire swing. Okay? Carrick is young, he's not big, but he prepares to crush the baseball, and this is what kids are capable of. I mean, he mishits way less balls than he used to. He swings fast consistently, both in practices, in games, and with me. He communicates at a very high level as well about his swing. You know, I talk about thoracic extension and the clavicle angle in my article, but that's not the way I talk to a young kid, and that's not the way any high-level instructor should talk to a young kid. We talk about turning, we talk about showing, making the back shoulder become the front shoulder. We talk about how, to the pitcher's perspective, your shoulders are thin, meaning they're in line, and then they're wide, so the pitcher can see your whole chest. And most kids kind of stop here and just finish with their arms. We talk about going thin to wide to thin. Okay? Now, you guys might notice if you watch my stuff for an extended period of time, okay, that his eyes are forward. Okay? You know, one of the things that I had to work on with every young kid is vision. So let's really look at his vision at contact. It's absolutely perfect. Okay? So when you have the perfect vision at contact, like Carrick does, it's okay that his turn brought his head forward. Okay? Carrick never actively turned his neck using his neck muscles. Okay? His shoulders turned, and that continued rotation of the upper body and the clavicle and the thoracic extension in his finish brought his head through. I mean, he can't continue to look over here. You know, it's funny. He told his mom one time when his mom was working with him and she was saying his head was out here. He said, "Mom, I'm not an owl," meaning he can't turn his head all the way around when he turns this far and keep his head in the zone. And that was a pretty interesting way to say that from a little kid. So all I know is that Carrick has improved dramatically. He's extremely advanced. He moves beautifully, comes off the ground, extremely athletic movement. But it's not just an athletic movement, it's a skilled movement. You can see his front knee here driving back. You can see his back hip coming through. You can see this good position that he's in here. Okay? And obviously he's a young kid, so he starts to swing just a little sooner than he should. But that's a strength issue. This pattern only gets better as he gets stronger, older, more athletic, and more coordinated. Carrick, it's always great to work with you. I'll see you in the building in the next couple days, and congratulations on being the youngest kid I've ever written about.